Disclaimer. This video is made for entertainment purpose only, it doesn't mean to hurt anyone, and don't take it seriously.
We're back after New Year's. It is a new year, 2025. What did you do, MC?
For the New Year's Eve, or just in general to finish out the year?
What'd you do for New Year's Eve?
I fell asleep
What's up?
and woke up. It was Arizona time. It wasn't midnight yet, but mine it was. I received a bunch of texts and responded to them, and yes, surprisingly, what was that? Tuesday night? Yeah, surprisingly, there was NXT. I think was on. I don't know if I started watching it and just crashed, but yes, very tired. Just didn't probably having a lot of sleep the previous night, so yeah, nothing excited. Did you drink your tail off, or what? What did you do?
No. Beyond that now, I don't do that shit.
No.
My body cannot handle drinking anymore like that. I'm getting ready to go on a ski trip
Oh no.
with my brother who doesn't ski, but he enjoys beers. And when you think of beer, it's like it's kind of what do you call it? Sorry, I'm trying to pull up a video. So my brother likes to drink a lot of beer, and he's older than me, so he drinks a lot of beer and then he just falls asleep. I'm to the point now where I don't want to drink a lot of beer because I just don't want to fall asleep, because I feel like I'm in a coma when I drink so much beer. I just start like dozing off.
Bloated coma.
My brother does that when I'm talking to him while he's drinking. He'll just be like, and then he'll do like my dad used to and just like start moving his foot around and try to keep himself awake. And so I just don't. I drink beers with him, but then I try to stay away from drinking a lot of beer. So if I do anything, I probably do
as you belch, as I just had one earlier.
I do a lot of whiskey with cigars now. That's my thing. I didn't really do that on New Year's Eve either.
Cigar man now, Grandpa. So
yeah.
Grandson, you were smoking a cigar probably
got
in
my
celebration. We should be in the Guinness Book of World Records. If Crew is considered a podcaster, which he should be from the last episode, we should have the youngest podcaster of all time.
Maybe.
I think we should.
Yeah. So anyways, he today I get to watch him, but
yes.
He didn't come over either. I watched football. It was not a good game. And then I fell asleep at 10 o'clock. So
yeah, I watched. I don't remember if I was finishing watching the movies. I told you I caught up a lot of movies. I've seen the movie Ambulance. I don't know if you've seen that one, but it was very.
Yeah, doesn't sound like a movie I would watch.
Well, it was a
fire hydrant.
Hypochondriac. I don't want to go near an ambulance.
Watch the movie Building.
It was a little over dramatic. It was the one with Jake Gyllenhaal and good. Who else was in that movie? Probably nobody else to recognize, but it's like Speed. They had to keep the ambulance going because they didn't want to stop it. Multiple times they could have been shot and killed, but they're trying to keep a police officer alive in the back of the ambulance, so they've kidnapped him and a ER nurse. It's played by Isa Gonzalez. I think she was in one of the Fast and Furious movie, or no, Hobbs and Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
She was in something else too. Very beautiful woman. So she played the paramedic basically, and she's in there. And Jake Gyllenhaal and his adoptive brother was in there. He was like the good guy. I can't remember what movie he's in, but yeah, I mean some of the things were sensationalized, like what they were doing, of course. But yeah, seen both.
That was a good plug for the movie. And by the way, an ambulance is just driving, and they can't stop it.
Well, I mean,
for 2 hours.
I don't know how much you want me to spoil the film, but like, yeah.
I don't think anybody's watching this movie.
It's basically just they're trying to, the police and the SWAT, like this FBI guys in there who somehow magically knew the guy. It's just some of the stuff's ridiculous, but I mean, it's what they would call a popcorn movie because of the action, the other stuff too. But yeah, seen that. Both Beetlejuices. Remember, you were getting on me for not seeing Beetlejuice, so I seen them both. Seen
Mm.
Joker 2 and Red 1. All movies you, I think, had said you seen last time. That now I've seen them.
Here's one I wanted to play for you. Pete Holmes is a comedian,
Yes, love
and he
Pete Holmes.
discusses New Year's.
Like New
Okay.
Year's, I won't make fun of you. Yeah.
Oh,
I
wait.
could tell by the
I didn't share it with you, did I?
Just as audio, yeah, it's all I can hear. I can hear him, but
Oh,
can't
the
see him.
audio is what that's what.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't want to get. We don't want to get copyright struck.
Pete Holmes will come after us as Badman and start yelling at us.
That's what's in this YouTube
Oh,
channel.
cologne
yes,
content in the
he's
room,
funny.
that this wasn't a big New Year's crowd. It's a huge holiday for the Cologne community. I don't care for it. It's a jacked up wraparound Oakley's dumb holiday and it sucks. I hate it. What are we doing out there? Cuddled up in the cold like 10! 9! Just watching the odometer on the truck of the earth roll over to 0. You know it's been a year since it was today, too, right? It's been exactly 1 year since it was today. Nobody's excited. They're just like, no, only January 1. That's the only one that excites me. Something about 1 and 1 next to each other just gets me rock hard. Yeah!
That's
He's
how
funny.
it felt. That's how it felt for New Year's. I
Yeah.
was just like, I don't care anymore.
His nothing versus Christian belief joke was pretty funny. If anybody's ever seen that, it's pretty funny. Where he's like Wayne believing in nothing or believing in something like God and
Yeah.
Jesus. So yeah, and then he's like, he's like, if you don't believe that everything has been transformed from nothing, like, but opposed to here's something that really is nothing. Nothing. Coming from nothing. So yeah, that's a pretty popular one. I've seen on Instagram a lot. And, I see a lot of Sam Kinison one where he talks about the starving people and trying to move them all from
That one's
sand.
funny.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
Maybe
on
a
there.
move where food is.
We'll make one trip and we'll take you where the food is. And screaming.
But
Look,
yeah,
here's sand. Nothing's gonna grow here. Nothing's grown here. Nothing's gonna grow here. It's just screaming.
yeah. So for New Year's, I did nothing. For Christmas, what'd you do for Christmas? Anything cool?
Talk to family, and I pretty much caught up on a lot of those movies like I was talking about. I think Joker 2 was the first one I watched, and then Red 1 I think I watched after that, and then that's where I watched the Beetlejuice. So yeah, I caught up on a couple of the movies on that day. I made Nacho Supreme. I still haven't made my chicken cutlets I wanted to, but yeah, it was okay. Key lime
Yeah.
pie, which is really good from the.
We
That's
went
good.
with my son and we saw Sonic 3.
Ooh, was that any good?
So I'm not a Sonic fan, so I don't know.
I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, so you got to watch the second one for sure if you're going to go see Sonic 3. Just recommendation, because there's a lot after the second one that makes sense for the third one. But
Okay.
it's definitely Nerdsville going to see Sonic. So
Who was the Sonic fan? Your son
my son, he was here for the week.
visiting?
So he
right?
was, so he was like, I want to see Sonic 3. So I'm like, you want to go see it on Christmas? We went on Christmas night.
And he's doing pretty good. The one the one who's taking you to church on the Valley, right?
We went to church Christmas Eve.
All right.
Watched the
Nice.
kids sing. And
Oh, I thought you said you didn't want to go see that.
I didn't. And I didn't know. They caught us off guard.
They tricked you.
They caught us off guard. They brought children in to sing. Children started playing guitar, and I'm like, oh, how do I get out? I'm going to get more
See,
coffee.
that waited. Like, I know you didn't like the Christmas play, but you said you like children. You like to volunteer.
I just went and
help
drank
children.
coffee in the lobby until it looked like I was gone too long, and then I came back, and I'm like, oh, nice, and then went back out in the lobby.
You know what you should have done is, like you were saying, you like to help and volunteer. You should have volunteered to be in whatever Christmas presentation, either sing with them or be in the Grinch and
I would just
Christmas.
I will play a pine tree and I'll stand in the back. So, anyways, so we went to church, then we went to Christmas Day. Well, we just got back from Vegas before that, so we went and saw the Raiders play.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And win. They won.
Oh, they did win.
No one understands why we won. No one understands why we beat the Jaguars. We moved down in draft picks. We are now down like
Are
in
you
the
past the
eighth.
Bears?
Yes, we
Are you for real? Because we
What
were
do-
stuck at 9.
What
So you
no, we've won now 2 games. We are stupid. I don't
No,
understand what
wait.
we're doing.
we've won 4, so you've only won 2 games.
No, we've won 4 now.
Oh, you won 4,
Yeah.
but we didn't play each other. So I wonder maybe strength of schedule. But
Yeah.
you think the Bears would be on there? We've played the whole NFC North is unstoppable. So it's like that's 6 games we've played against teams that have, and I'm sure we'll lose to the Packers as we record this. We will face the Packers in the last game of our season. And even though they're playing their bums, I'm sure they'll beat us because our whole team is bums.
So we went to the Raiders game. I got free tickets.
Packers
We went
watching
and
us.
watched them. Yeah. We're better than you. You don't play
You're a
football.
bum. You're a bum, and so is the coach that you have chosen it.
You piece of shit.
Look,
So-
we're not scrubs. We're not bums, scabs. We're
Yeah, I've been drafted.
jabronis.
So right now the Raiders are sitting below the Jets. So we're one above you. We're at 8th.
Okay, so yeah, maybe your schedule is weaker, but I still think ours is. I mean, our early stuff was weak. That's why we won 4
But
games.
originally we were sitting at 3. And then we
Yeah.
beat the Jaguars for what freaking reason?
Who
And
are you
then-
playing? Who are you playing the last game? I hope you win, just so you can fall below us.
Who are we playing?
Just because we need a good lineman. I don't care who's drafted.
Oh, we're
in
playing
front
the
of us.
Chargers. We're not going to win that fucking game. There's
Nah,
no way.
that's
Here's the
highly
funniest
unlikely.
thing. I've never been in a stadium where fans are rooting to lose. When we lost, when we won, people were like, "What the
Pissed
fuck?
off?
What are we doing?" That's all I kept thinking about.
How did you even win? I don't even remember that game.
Oh, it was like it was
They
a
have Brian
horrible
Thomas
game.
Jr. He's incredible. Playing Mac Jones though, but
We played. It just I don't.
maybe that
And
was
it
the
looked
thing.
like a preseason game. Tickets were free. That's how it is. I think my tickets they should have paid me to go to the show,
Yeah.
to go to the game that day because I sat
That's
up
why-
in the
that's
top.
why you got him for free because
Yeah, and I sat up in the top, and I was
nobody wanted to
like,
see that.
and it was just like,
Yeah, I think
why-
I seen the still from what you sent me
Yeah.
or where you posted. I seen where you were
I was
sitting.
doing the aerial view. That's where I
Yeah.
was sitting. I was checking the air conditioning vents up there. I did some work for them while I was up there.
That was nice of you.
I'm like, this vent needs to be cleaned out. So tickets still, if you were to buy those tickets, were $150.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, you were
But
saying that season
there-
tickets from your friend was like insane, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like still 10 grand or
Yeah.
something. for-
So we looked up season tickets. I looked up season tickets to see if I want to go next year.
Yeah.
I can buy season tickets now in the section 400 where I was sitting for $880 for 2. That's not a bad deal considering that I could probably sell them if they do really well during the season. So
How did your friend like? Did we ever factor that in? It was 10,000 for 2 tickets.
it's $20,000.
$20,000 for the
down,
whole
That's
year.
down at the bottom.
Yeah, that's obviously very close. But
He's sitting in the section downstairs.
so in the scrub section you were sitting in, you could buy them for 2 tickets.
You
for
can buy them for about $1,000 to $3,000. You can sit
Okay.
up in the sections 3 and 400.
Okay.
Which still isn't a bad deal because if the Raiders are having a good season, you could pawn those tickets off for probably about $500 a piece. So,
You'd want to probably see who your quarterback is next year before you do that.
that's gonna be Deion Sanders' kid. I guarantee.
You think so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a bad idea. That's way.
Don't you
bad.
think
These bowl games that have just happened made a lot of these kids draft picks
Yeah.
these kids in the draft look bad.
Yeah.
Even yesterday's game, ASU versus Texas. Although it was a good game, don't get me wrong, ASU battled. There was a lot of fit throwing and shit going on the sidelines that you're like, God dang, man, it's just how do you hold yourself as a professional if you're just gonna be a big baby? And then as a coach, I would be like, I don't want that kid on my team. He's gonna pout and throw fits and point fingers. I mean, what was the kid that dropped out of halfway through the second half just so he wouldn't get injured for the draft? There was a player at a
Oh,
college
was there
team.
a player that did that?
Yeah, second half, he's like, I'm not playing. So again, I don't know how that looks in the eyes of a football organization, but for me as a coach, I mean, like that's the kind of kid that's like the 49ers dude who just didn't want to play, and then he just leaves.
Did they release him? I didn't know his punishment at the end. I remember that.
They let him go.
They just let him go. Yeah. He's like, fuck this. I'm out.
It's kind of like again, it's like you don't show up.
Bitches, I'm gone.
If you don't show up for work or you leave work early, you're gonna get fired. So
I love If me or you leave our job early, then we're gone.
Exactly.
I mean, if you go 1 mile over the speed limit, you're gone.
Right. So, like I said, shut up.
We're watching this
for 30 seconds. 30 seconds. It's got to be 30 seconds.
We've been watching this podcast. We're the only people watching and subscribing, waiting for him to say one disparaging word about. Even though it was this dumb co-host that said it.
We're watching it right now, live. We have cameras.
We got a camera in his room. We know when he's talking about speeding.
So I catch on to that. So, anyways, so that was what we did. And we went to Vegas, did some comedy shows. And then we came back, and then we had to spend Christmas at home with the grandbaby and my family. And then I'm glad they were all gone. And then it was funny on New Year's Eve. I think my kid wanted to come over with his baby again. I'm like, nah, you can stay home. I'm ready for some alone time of just hanging out with nothing. Because they were at my house all week. So I needed some time.
Do they dip out a little bit when he's there, and then you don't realize where they are, and they're doing like their getaway time while you and your wife watch
the baby?
Yeah.
Oh no, we just offer.
They just hang with you.
Yeah, they don't assume that we're gonna watch them, but we just tell them to get out.
So they do. Oh, okay. You tell them to leave. So they
because they don't want to. They don't want to just dump them, but
they don't want to ask you, but they'll come by and then have you tell them to leave.
Yeah. They hand the baby through the mail slot. We take the baby, and then we're like, "Get out!"
Hey, we're here to visit. Just give us the kid and get the hell out of here.
I do think that's the thing. I think that's the thing as a parent. I got to remind myself that they're my kids and that it's not just baby only, but I think sometimes my son feels like, oh, you just care about the baby. Of course. I mean, it's a baby. So, but he's getting bigger.
Do you think he's going to be like your size?
No.
Are your sons big dudes? Like,
yeah, they're 6'3" and 6'2".
Oh, wow. Holy crap. So you don't think this crew's going to be like 6 feet tall?
I think he's going to be 5'8".
Really?
And then no, he's going to be a big kid. He's probably
going to be you.
My other son, he started to lift weights now. The one that's away, and he's starting to realize that he's a big dude. So now he's 215. So, and he's just lifting, doing push-ups and sit-ups and lifting weights, and he's just realized that he's got a body.
Highlander 2.0.
And then the other kid's 6'3", and when he wears his cowboy boots, he's like 6'5", and
6'5" cowboy.
But he's really skinny, so he could put on some weight. But
that's where they need to go.
To the WWE.
Send them out here to me. I'll have Dr. Tom and Kane train him by me 5 minutes away, and then we'll bring him into WWE.
Yeah, one kid has a knee that just slips out of socket all the time.
Shit.
And so
that's not gonna work.
We don't want that.
That's not gonna work.
He was crawling out of a trench and his knee popped out. And he was like, he's too young for that shit. Then he's like, oh, I'm like, you're gonna be that old man.
I just keep brace all the time. Just keep bringing tall, injured guys to talk to Dr. Tom. You're like, get the fuck away from me. You're trying to be a manager, kid, but you're bringing me all these guys who are half hurt.
You've grown too fast. Your knees are growing too fast for your body.
There's like a 7-foot guy I work with. I don't know how old he is, really, to be honest with you. He's just ginormous. And I'm like, one of the first things I said to him, hey, dude, if you want to be a wrestler, I'll take it. It's just like, he never really said anything. And
that's because he's like, I don't know if I want to do that.
He's probably told over the course of his life he should play football or wrestling, but I'm not telling him to play football or basketball. You don't have to, like, if you're all you got to do is a few moves. And
I'm telling you to go do something where you could injure yourself permanently. What would you like to do?
Gets dropped on his head by Roman Reigns. Sorry, you're a crippled.
I'm telling you to go do something where you're going to flip on purpose and land and make it look like
he told me I only had to do 3 moves and everything would be fine, but I was beat up by the the giant Omos in my first match, and he chopped me on my head and broke my
Yeah.
skull.
He took a chair and he hit me with the wrong direction with it, and it busted my neck.
He was still cutting promos while I was just laying there. Because this guy's all about himself. He's
Telling
just
me-
trying to
telling
get on
me-
camera.
Telling me you better fucking not make it look like you sell it, man. You need to
You're
sell
my
it.
meal ticket. Get up, motherfucker. Ramrock's retiring.
Yeah, you fucking understand. You need to keep selling this, even if you are hurt.
I have nobody. Ramrock's retiring. Dexter Verity has got a new hip.
You're walking around just recruiting. Yeah. Hey, you look like a big kid. Look at those shoulders.
Magnus,
Come on, let's
Magnus
go.
the Highlander he's doing not wrestle now. He's in his 50s. I have nobody.
Yeah,
Pastor Andy won't return my calls. I have nobody.
Pastor Andy. I think
Don't know
he's
what
in
that
his
guy's
50s
doing.
too.
Yeah, he's not going to wrestle, but maybe we'll get him to promote again.
No,
He's like,
he just not a good promoter either. He
fuck
doesn't
you
have-
guys.
Hey,
I'm
by
not
the way, I
promoting
used to
nothing.
be a big promoter in Tennessee. Oh yeah.
I listened to your Dark Side of Promoting episode. I'm never doing that again.
I have a ring on trailer. Will travel.
I'm going to keep my belt and send Ramrock a replacement belt that says Aerozina.
Yeah, spelled wrong.
That's how you know it's not the same belt.
Yeah, it was one of those fishing belts they use for emails. It's spelled incorrectly.
It's like one of those ransom letters. He's putting the letters on there like a ransom note.
It's just written with a marker.
like it's
just written on
like
one of
his
those.
like the flyer you joked about.
Yeah, just written
Yeah.
with a marker with a belt that's made from Target or something. It's just those plastic belts.
I remember when you said his flyers look like that. Like, come
Like
to the
a
wrestling
ransom
event.
note?
Yes, come to the wrestling. If you want your family member back, come to the wrestling event.
Well, I
must
didn't,
pay-
I didn't
you must-
understand why he didn't use any type of computer to make the flyer. He took
No
pictures
idea.
and cut them out and taped them to the flyer.
Heads are all sideways on the product.
That's what it did. It looked like a ransom note. That's when I was like, I need to make a new flyer because
Oh,
no
I
one's
remember
gonna
you
no
saying
one's
that.
gonna go see this
Yeah,
show.
what is this?
It fucking look like a snow cone booth
Written in
for kids.
crayon. Crayon wrestling.
If you could relate his flyer to what kind of show he's gonna see, it's like going to a lemonade stand versus an actual business. Like
he
people
he killed the town before it even started.
people looked at that and said, "This doesn't look legit at all."
Yeah, they probably thought it was
Because
fucking-
not only did he print the pictures off the internet from the little icon, so they're like this small, they're so tiny. He cut them out with scissors, glued them with a glue stick onto the stupid, and then wrote Flat Wrestling Show Williams, and then made copies of it so you could see the outline of the cutout. And I'm just like, when he handed it to me that night when I was doing my little business and all those high school kids were there, I went, oh my God, this looks like someone wrote on that napkin wrestling show Saturday. Get your tickets. And so not even
And
the
they-
ticket link.
and they've never done wrestling in Williams, Arizona again.
Mm-mm.
Killed the town.
Well, I wish I had that picture of where the ring was. Might as well put the ring outside and have people look through the window at it. That's how far away it was. The
yeah, I
ring,
know.
I would put it right in the middle of the gym, even though the bleachers are on the side.
We have no chairs, folks, but we put the wrestling ring 10 miles away from the bleachers, and we're going to sit everybody in that set of the bleachers.
It was like doing it in a stadium. Yeah, no chairs around the ring at all. About a 50-yard.
So it just looks like I
Yeah.
think there's a few people way in the distance. So if you look at footage from it, it looks like we're wrestling in front of 4 people.
Because they sat on the other side.
Yeah, because
They
there's a
actually
few
pulled the
people that
they
sat on
actually
the other
pulled the
side.
bleachers and then said, "This might make it better."
Yeah.
And then that was the funny part was the ring was closer to the side that the bleachers were not pulled out all the way
Yeah.
versus where the bleachers were pulled out.
Yeah. So
And
we're
then the-
screaming with no microphone at the people who are on the other side
Yeah.
that you can't
then-
see.
Then the entrance to the show was from this locker room that looked it was like from 1930s. It was like a dungeon. Don't you remember that concrete, just like water dripping in a shower locker room from like some old the movie Hoosiers or whatever it is? Click, click, and we're just sitting in there.
I just remember somebody that knew you. I thought that when we came to it was went in the locker room. There were older ladies that are like laughing, like, and I'm just screaming kayfabe really
Yeah,
loud.
They were touching.
Yeah.
I think they touched.
Kayfabe. Kayfabe.
I didn't know those fuckers were.
Kayfabe. The masked wrestlers who don't want to be seen. Kayfabe.
You mean the ones that walked in front of the 12 people that came to the show?
Yes.
Yeah, those guys. Those guys will look just like those guys.
Yeah,
Not wearing
just
masks.
like them. They're leaving now. He's wearing the same pants he wrestled in. Kayfabe.
I think I saw, speaking of New Year's, I think something popped up like memories, and I think that was like 2008, 2009 that happened. It was like
that was on there?
10, maybe 2010. It was a long ass.
I know there was like a battle bowl in like February, I thought of one of
Battle
those
bowl
years.
for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, remember we did like we were doing some sort of tournament
Oh,
style.
at the
whatever.
Orpheum?
Yeah, man, that was an Orpheum show, yeah.
That was like 2013. I
Was
think
it?
those shows
Oh,
were. So
fuck.
maybe it was 2011.
13 years ago? Oh, no.
10
12 years ago?
Yep, 12 years ago. That's how
Wow.
old we are.
I know. Fuck.
I was definitely in my 40s when I was doing that. So it probably was. It was probably about 12 years ago.
You ever sit back and think, oh, fuck, we've lived a long time? Like, we
Yeah.
were born in the 70s.
Yeah.
We
That's what I said.
lived
I
lived
watched
through some fucking shit. What the
I watched this ticking. I'm just like, every day you wake up, you're like, oh, I'm awake. So it's like every 50 years, everything's just going down backwards now. It's
We're running out of time.
like the hours of sand glass just filled up for 50 years.
Yeah, we don't
Now
even.
it's like,
We
turned
don't
it
even know
over.
how much sand we have left either. That's what's really scary.
No, this is sad. Let's play
Yeah.
sad music during this time. Welcome to our welcome to the end of the podcast where we just make you feel bad. How
End of
old are
the-
you?
me, end of my life. You walk.
Well, I mean, put it this way, put it in perspective of my mother, who's 85 years old, and people that I know in their 70s. That's got to feel fucking worse. You're like closer to where you know that your percentage of living every day is getting less.
What do you do
mean-
then? Like, do you try to get rid of everything, saying, "Oh fuck, I don't need this anymore. I'm not going to be here
Well,
any longer."
It makes
Or
me
like, what the
laugh
hell do you do? Because I think about that even now. I'm like,
when
maybe I should be.
when Louis C.K. talked about buying a jacket for winter coats, and he says, I don't really buy jackets. He goes, I just bought one. And I just figured this is my last jacket I'm ever going to own. I don't think it is true. Everything at this moment, everything I purchased.
Could be your last.
I
yes.
just bought a car. Probably my last car. I usually keep cars for about 20 years. So, fuck, man. Could be it. That could
Could
be it.
be.
That'd be my last car. I'll be driving.
Last
around.
house, last car, last meal.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. If I ever want to buy another house now, do they really give me a 30-year loan? Like, we need to see some health records. Make sure you still stick around to pay for this.
You gonna pay for half of this up front because we don't think you're gonna
Yeah,
last 30 years.
we got to do a deduction on how old you are versus basically how much
if
you
you're really gonna pay it off sooner, why don't you have the 15-year loan? That's what I'm
yeah,
trying
why
to tell
don't you go ahead and do 5 years? We can tell based on your weight, we know exactly where you're going.
Your monthly payment is $6,750 a month for your
And
home.
I wanted to get into the new year, new me. We got about 5 minutes, but I was thinking
Okay.
the new year, new me stuff. I mean, do you do that? Do you do that shit? Do you just say, like, this year I'm going to change my life around financially, physically, anything like that?
I just think about that Sebastian Maniscalco bit with talk about his dad, like because he was talking about his wife's family going backpacking, and he goes like that, skipping to go find themselves. And he's like, "I'm gonna go find myself, Dad." And it's like his dad's like old school Italian. What you gonna do? Find yourself? What are you gonna do? Change? This is it. This is it. This is you. This is... That's all I think about. It's like, this is us. This is what we are now. What the fuck are we gonna do? Change?
Well, that's one thing. So we talk about that shit. I'm at the gym. I got to go to the gym now. I go to the gym all the time. I'm getting to the point now where I fucking I've got dad gifts. This is where my life is now. What's my
Dad
gifts I
gifts.
got for Christmas? I
A
got
tie.
a bag full of nuts. Like they wrapped a bag full of nuts and gave me, and I opened them. I was supposed to go, oh, look, chocolate nuts. I haven't had these forever. Like I'm an old man.
Chocolate nuts.
I got butterscotch candy for Christmas. I mean, it was just fucking. And then someone gave me cigars. Like I smoke one cigar, maybe like every 3 weeks, and they gave me cigars, like it's a cigar club box, and I'm thinking,
to last the rest of your life.
yeah. And then I started thinking they gave me my son gave me tools, and I'm thinking I'm at that fucking age now where I don't need tools anymore. I hire someone now. I don't want to fix
Yeah.
shit anymore.
Yeah,
So then I
that's a
started
good
thinking,
point.
is this where my life is? Is this what I'm doing? Am I the old dad who just sits there and they give me stuff like, hey, I got you a mustache trimmer, I got you these things, where it's like I could buy these things myself. And so
Here, Dad, here's some copper.
so now I go into the gym. Here's a penny from your day you were born.
Here's some copper. Let's see if your jump goes is right. Will this change your goatee?
Yeah. So
Did you test? Did you take
I did
any of
get
that
it.
yet
I'm
or no?
afraid to take it. I'm afraid.
Why
to
are
see
you
what's gonna
afraid to
happen.
take it?
I'm afraid. I will take it today.
Take it
January-
today. Take it
January
with
2nd.
some zinc. It'll help your zinc absorb it more. And then I was almost thinking maybe your mom. I said I don't think he's taking it yet because
No, I haven't taken it yet.
Yeah, so
I just used the stuff. I put it in there. No.
Yeah.
So, anyways, and then the other thing I started thinking was I got to go to the gym, and I'm so irritated now at the fucking gym with all these kids walking around the gym. Their hair's all poofy. They're doing workouts they see on the internet, and I'm just like, I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be that old fucking angry guy. Hey, so now I'm like, I know they know they watch me lift because I lift heavy weights, but all I'm thinking to myself is I just want them to leave. I just want them to leave. I want them to find a gym.
Finish your
they
New
can
Year's
go
resolution
to.
and get the hell out of our gym.
Yeah, my New Year's resolution is don't come in here. That's my New Year's resolution. Go find a new gym. Go find working out somewhere else. But I just figure like I have to get through this first 2 months. And like you said, the older you get, the more you're like, I just fucking want to deal with this shit. So I don't know. And then I get called sir. That just bothers me. And then,
Okay.
yeah. And then all these people that I used to coach football now have kids, and they have all these fucking, they're married and they're older.
Oh wow!
That's the other thing too is
This is
look-
my old coach, like saving.
Yeah,
Silverman, saving
they-
Silverman. Your old coach driving around.
yeah, they look at me and they're like, hey, what's up, coach? And I'm looking, I'm like, I don't recognize their faces because they've all matured so much. And I'm thinking, I have to have going through a Rolodex in my mind of who the fuck these kids are. And then I'm thinking, Eric? And they're like, no. Oh, shit. Now you look like an asshole. So now he's going to go back and say, coach didn't remember me. So you just got to
Yeah.
say what you got to say the normal, like, hey, what's up, bro? How's it
Maybe
going?
they'll say, "Coach is so old he doesn't remember anybody anymore."
Yeah. And am I going to be that guy who's just wearing knee wraps now in the gym, walking around, just not even working on my legs, but I'm just wearing knee braces for no fucking
Walker.
reason.
You're
So-
using a walker just to get in the
not
gym.
a walker, just knee braces. I got these
Knee
Ace.
braces.
I got Ace knee bands on now, and on my elbows, and I'm doing the workout.
What do we even do when we get too old? What the hell are we going to do? We're probably not going to make it because we've probably been poisoned from our youth of eating junk food.
No,
and
but I'm taking copper, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Well,
healthy.
maybe you'll be okay. I don't know. I don't know if that counteracts all the MSG and all the other fucking processed food we've ate.
No, I went to Vegas and got sick. I've been dealing with
Did
a
you?
cough. Another fucking. No, it was like 2 weeks prior to that. I got the fucking cold, and then I got it again in Vegas. As soon as I got to Vegas, I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" So I'm tired. I'm tired of everything.
That's why
in
they're.
this gym.
That's probably why they're creating all these viruses to just kill us off. Like,
Just get
look
ever at
look
everybody.
these guys are so bored they have to start their own podcast with 12 listeners.
Now
That's
they
what
have
they're doing.
52. At 52.
We have 51 when Pastor Andy, who has been silently listening, heard our critique of his flyer and is no longer listening.
Pastor Andy is now no longer a part of our podcast.
Ramrock is no longer watching when he learned that Coach JC doesn't like when he calls him sir.
Shows up on my podcast and says, "Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, guys, on this major podcast you have."
Thanks
on
for
here."
putting me on the thumbnail, guys. Even though I'll never come on your show again.
You put me as the Rizzler.
You made me Penguin from 1992. Even though I look the most realistic out of all three of us.
As of today, as we end this podcast, we have 53 subscribers.
All right, slowly, just moving up. And
53.
We'll
If
reach
we can
1,000.
1,000, we will get paid.
We'll reach
1,000.
1,000, and then we will both die. We will be 90 years old.
We will both die.
Once
That
we reach
sounds
the
horrible.
excitement of our 1,000th subscriber, we will keel over from the
So-
bad hearts.
So our New Year's resolution is to reach 100 subscribers by June.
All right.
100
Put that out there.
subscribers.
Let's put that out there, and
So
we'll see
you
what we can do.
53 subscribers, you tell 10 people based on percentages, one will subscribe out of the 10 people you've told.
Just share the show. Just put it on your timeline for the hell of it.
Yes. Yeah, just
And then
do
people
that.
be wondering, what
And then your
what the fuck are these
Instagram
two
account
guys?
will be blocked because we give out health advice about
Yeah.
taking copper.
These guys are talking about copper.
By the
and-
way, I told you to take
zinc
too
and-
much. I left you a note saying don't take too much.
I think I said copper at
Just
50
follow.
I don't
just-
take 50 milligrams. I don't know what. Honestly, I don't know what 50
all right.
milligrams of copper would do, but
No,
50
don't do
milligrams
any.
of-
Don't do
50
anything.
milligrams
we say.
of zinc. Yeah, take 50
Read
milligrams of zinc.
read whatever the recommended dosage is.
Yeah.
All right, me podcast. You listen. We're gonna get cut off. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. Happy New Year. And remember, share with 10
Subscribe.
people. 10 people, each of you, and we will be at 1,000.